So that's why when people ask me how long did you work in the Air Force, I don't say I worked in the Air Force, I served the nation.
Ranjit Singh Gill served the nation for 36 years as a helicopter pilot in the Royal Malaysian Air Force. Established in 1958, he joined the RMAF 10 years later in 1968. Retiring in 2003, the 78-year-old remains the first and only Sikh in the Air Force to have attained the rank of Brigadier General. Over the years, he has clocked more than 3,500 flying hours and gained extensive experience in military operations, often narrowly avoiding being shot at by communists. So how did he rise to the rank of Brigadier General?
I had a lot of good training. I was sent for many courses overseas, including to New York in USA, did my instructor's course in the United Kingdom. Because of all those qualifications and so on, obviously then when I reached the time to be promoted, I got promoted to Brigadier General and ended up being the first Sikh officer to reach that rank.
It was a proud moment for the Sikh community when he was promoted just a year before his retirement and conferred the title of Dato' by the Sultan of Pahang.
Pride for the Sikh community because I am a turbaned Sikh, as opposed to other Sikhs who are modern Sikhs. They have short hair, so they don't stand out as a Sikh officer because they don't wear a turban. As you know, that is our identity, you know. They say you can pick a Sikh in 1,000 people because of his turban.
Sikhs have long held a presence in the armed forces. Among the earliest was the late Jaswant Singh, a pilot in the Malayan Auxiliary Air Force, the precursor to today's RMAF, who was possibly the first to fly Tunku Abdul Rahman. Ranjit's years of service brought many dramatic encounters. One that stands out took place in Segamat, Johor, where he rescued a pregnant woman in distress. The mission not only saved her life and her babies, but also earned him numerous awards and medals.
We landed at the kampong. We found that the patient has not been brought to that because it was cut off by flood waters. And then after finding out some information for the people on the ground, we took off again at night and I flew blindly in 3 or 4 miles in a northeasterly direction from that kampong, and we managed to see a lot of people shining torchlights and all that. So that gave us an indication that probably that is the place. So when I wanted to land at the place, it was a dirt road with oil palm estate all around, and the place was so small that I could only put my main wheels onto the ground, and my tail wheel was hanging over the water. It could all flood around.
Ranjit's uniform may be retired, but the pride he feels about his service with RMAF remains.
And although when I joined the military, I had the option to retire earlier, but I said, no, I will serve until the compulsory retirement age because of my patriotism to the country. Joining the Air Force, doing the job, defending the country against our enemies and all that, although not directly, but indirectly, supporting the armed forces and the police field force which was fighting in the jungles and also in Sarawak, the border scouts. All that meant that we were doing something good for the defense of the country, and that's our contribution. So that's why when people ask me how long did you work in the Air Force, I don't say I worked in the Air Force, I served the nation.
Theevya Ragu, FMT.